All right, so we're back again. We had stopped at Elvis's throat, the cerebral aqueduct. Now, you'll notice that Elvis has some neck folds at the back of his neck. So his neck includes all of his Adam's apple and just above his Adam's apple, but at the very back of his neck. After his afro, you remember the afro, the corpus callosum. After his afro, you have the neck folds. He has two neck folds here, which are called the corpora quadrigemina. And he has a backpack, which we'll talk about later on. But let's finish up with the front of his face. Now he has an upper and a lower lip. The upper and lower lip, I'm going to jump to this other half here. The upper and lower lip per se, I'm not going to talk too much about their relevance. But I will talk about the fact that because Elvis is a country boy, just like myself, he likes to have a twig of straw in his mouth once in a while just to chew on it. But at the end of this straw is a little peanut. This peanut is called the pituitary gland. The peanut is hanging from his lower lip, which, remember, is part of the hypothalamus. And the straw of the peanut is your infundibulum. Now, Elvis here has a massive Adam's apple, which is called the pons. Massive Adam's apple. You can't miss it. All right, that's the pons and the rest of his neck. Now let's talk about some of the stuff. Should we talk about what's in his backpack? No, let me quickly mention something else here. Elvis has somewhere right here where he cries from, right in the front of his eye. Right in the front of the eyeball here, which is called your interventricular foramen. Yes. Which is the space through which cerebrospinal fluid flows from the lateral ventricles into the third ventricle. And if this foramen is obstructed or is narrowed, it can be one cause of hydrocephalus. Now, Elvis is a good guy, but well, let's just say when he got into Hollywood, he was influenced by some certain crowds. Don't quote me now, I didn't point no fingers. But anyway, he had the habit of carrying a backpack around. His backpack is your cerebellum. And one day the cops decided to stop the man. Said, dude, yo, what you got on your back there? He's like, oh, just got my backpack strolling down. They said, open it up. So when they opened it up, they discovered that Elvis had some weed. You see this stuff, the tree here? The weed. The arbor vitae, the tree of life. Some people call cannabis a tree of life. It is not to encourage the use of cannabis, no, but more or less to help us remember. Tree of life, arbor vitae, which is the white matter of the cerebellum. The only other thing I think we've not mentioned here is the lower part. Underneath Elvis's Adam's apple is your medulla oblongata. At this point, nerve fibers coming from the spinal cord, they cross over. So if they're coming from the right side of the spinal cord, they cross over to the left side, which is the reason why if a person has paralysis of the right side of their body, a lot of times it could be due to a problem in the left brain. Let's see, did we leave anything out? Let me open this up just a smidge, just for the sake of information. Now, some people have asked, where is the insula? This is your insula within the cerebral hemispheres. So normally you cannot see the insula until you separate this. And of course you have part of your thalamus over here. And in our next video we're going to talk about how CSF flows from within the brain. So far I think we've covered about everything. We're going to do a video on cranial nerves eventually, and we'll move on from there. If you have any questions, give us a shout out and let us know where you're at. Quick reminder, the pineal gland, it produces melatonin. The hypothalamus helps to regulate the pituitary gland, which together control most of the endocrine system. And that is another discussion for another day. You guys totally rock. Send us some questions, some shout outs, and we'll go from there. Have a great day. Bye-bye.